Here we go.
I really don't know how to react to this in this video today because I didn't expect to be making this, of course. And Daniel Bryan was already one of them. CM Punk was already another one of them. And Braun Strowman, the list goes on and on. And one of my favorite characters just got released today in the WWE, The Fiend. And I think personally, this not only is a major blow to SummerSlam that's coming up soon, it's one of my favorite pay-per-views to watch and one of my favorite events year after year, along with Money in the Bank. That used to be an exclusive match to WrestleMania, and I can't even believe I'm talking about this today. I didn't even expect this to happen. Bray Wyatt just got released from the WWE, and his contract is basically going to be expired, and who knows what's next for him, but I can already answer that. AEW. All Elite Wrestling is going to be his next move. At least I hope so, because I was looking forward to his return. He was already dealing with some personal things that were going on and taking a break from the WWE. Randy Orton is already one of them. And I wouldn't even be, speaking of Randy Orton just real quick, I wouldn't even be surprised if Randy Orton will be the next person to be released. And WWE is just going down, down, and down with all these releases. And the problem is that they're utilizing the same people over and over, retaining the championships. You don't get to earn the championships anymore. You just go out there, interrupt that champion, and you get an opportunity for that championship. It doesn't matter if it's the WWE Universal Championship. It's laughable at this point. The WWE Universal Championship, the WWE Champion, the Tag Team titles, United States Championship, the Intercontinental Championship, the Tag Team Champions for the men and both the men and women's championship. Any sort of title that you want to go for, you go out there. All you have to do is interrupt that champion on the microphone to get your opportunity. You don't have to earn that championship opportunity anymore where you have to compete in a fatal four-way match, triple threat. It could be anything, any sort of match stipulation to earn that championship and get that right at that championship title. I don't really like how they just been doing this lately. And Bray Wyatt was one of my favorite characters in The Fiend. He was dominant, and let's talk about him for a little bit. He should have still been a champion. Because let's take it back now real quick. I'm not going to go too long. And I really don't understand why this happened. And if anyone out there that's going to be watching this today is a fan of this show, can someone explain to me what is the reasoning why his contract was expired and maybe he wanted to leave on his own? Or maybe WWE just wanted to get rid of another iconic superstar and it's just gone downhill. And just let's talk about his championship reign. He was already the Universal Championship. He was the Universal Champion for a while until Goldberg came around. Because notice how all these other superstars, and speaking of Goldberg is going to be challenging Bobby Lashley at SummerSlam. Who wants to see that match? And just a less than 5 minute match, it's even dangerous to compete against him because he almost injured The Undertaker. I don't know if you guys heard about that, just to talk about it. But I'm just really scared for Bobby Lashley, not because of his title, because of his safety. So we don't know what's going to happen in regards to that match. So hopefully Bobby Lashley doesn't end up getting hurt when he tries to hit him with the jackhammer, which almost basically injured Undertaker. And just going back to Universal Championship, his title reign, he never should have lost that title. Losing the title against Goldberg, The Fiend was a dominant character, and me just being a fan is just like the scary stuff, like scary movies, the horror things, sort of things. He was scary, he was vicious, he was dominant, unpredictable, a very creative story that he written for himself to bring to the light to the crowd, and I'm sure he got over with that. He was already a likable character and lovable competitor in the WWE, but just seeing all this stuff that comes out and having him get released like that, you just killed your company. So now they're going to go down, the ratings are going to go down, and just seeing all these other superstars reacting, I didn't see them all. But it's just so sad to see this happen to superstars like Bray and all these others. Braun Strowman, he already wants them to follow him and just be able to, let's head on over to a different company. AEW is going to be the next best thing. Daniel Bryan's going on over there, already got confirmed, signed the contract. CM Punk is going to be over there. They already got Cody Rhodes. They got all these other ones and other superstars. Kurt Angle's even trying in talks now for AEW. Hate to say it, but now AEW is going to be the next best show to watch now. And now that they did this, they not only hurt their pay-per-view and their potential surprise epic returns when it comes to the Fiend, they're not going to really have much of anything to offer now. All these other superstars are going to get the same opportunities. They're not utilizing their talent properly when it comes to the show. I've seen it. I've been watching it since the Attitude Era, when Shawn Michaels was still in the company, and way before he even retired. Names like Carlito that comes to mind. Chris Masters, when the Master Lock Challenge came out, and he was constantly challenging, having people try to break it. Umaga, Eddie Guerrero, seeing Dominic from rise to the occasion from being young and being able to become a WWE superstar along with Rey Mysterio to get the tag team championships. It's just been so long to see this company really try to evolve, and seeing the women's division become a little bit different now and even more talented than what they were. It was just entertainment purposes now at that point back then. But now it's real actual talent where they can compete in these high level matches and be able to entertain and be able to deliver A+ matches, or just 5-star matches, some people would say, when it comes to the company. Now, just looking at this, I don't even know the reason. I don't even know if anyone else knows. Well, all I'm looking at is that it says WWE were rumored to not know where to go creatively with Wyatt's the Fiend character playing a role in the release, and Wyatt not wanting to return at certain points. But he was already dealing with some things of his own personal battles. But it's just so sad when you just see this stuff just comes out, and all these superstars are coming out. I didn't even see this coming today, and just expecting it. And just iconic superstars like this, Randy Orton's probably going to be next. He's probably going to be the next one. WWE has come to terms to the release of Randy Orton. And maybe some other superstars that'll be out of nowhere. And I'm just really surprised that Daniel Bryan didn't want to come back. I mean, I'm not even honestly surprised he didn't want to come back to the WWE. It's just all these other superstars that's sitting in the back in the locker room, not getting any sort of spotlight, and then the deserving superstars that deserve to win the Money in the Bank contract, they don't end up winning. And Biggie and Nikki Cross, I think she's not a superhero. Nikki Cross and Biggie, well-deserving superstars. It's just so many different things, and you don't know what's going to happen. Having them defend their titles, and if they're going to win those championships, you don't even know if they're going to have a decent title reign. It's really scary now in this company for WWE, for some of these new superstars rising to the occasion, getting to the top and trying to get that title opportunity. And then when they finally get to the very top of the mountain, they get shot down very early, and then they never can get back up there. Superstars, and I want to talk about this really quickly, just to wrap up. It's just so sad for Bray. I hope he comes back. I really love the Firefly Funhouse. I thought it was goofy in the beginning. I thought it wasn't going to work. It made me think about Blue's Clues a little bit. It's like, what is this that they got on the TV? And what are they doing with this character? But once you gave the character time and having that other side of him, that other alternate ego come out for him, for Bray Wyatt, when he's so happy-go-lucky and stuff like that, and then he brings out a monster like a demon like the Fiend, that's very scary to really see. It just was well put together. How can you not know what to do with that in a creative way? And then you already killed his dominance, having him lose against legends that are not even supposed to be there in the first place, and these little short period of matches, and have him drop the title, and then only have that certain legend grab the title, and then defend it in the next pay-per-view, and then lose it immediately. It's like, what was the point of having him lose the Universal Championship in the first place, and then give it to somebody else and have them hold on to it for a longer period of time, for over a year and stuff like that? It just gets ridiculous seeing things like that, and we don't want to see all these legends come back over and over. That's from the past. Now Edge is just an exception, I'll say, but we don't need these other legends coming back and from the past just trying to take these championship opportunities. Let's get some new faces in the spotlight. Let's get some new talent that are well deserving to get that spotlight and that time to shine, to become well worthy champions, instead of the same names over and over and over, and them having to get multiple title opportunities that are not even well deserved. And you shut down these other superstars that have them constantly lose every night. night after night, and then they eventually disappear, and then you don't see them on TV anymore, and they end up just like Bray Wyatt. Now, from today, with their contracts being released and not knowing where else to go, and you just having second thoughts of even trying to compete anymore. So I think just real quick for a prediction, Bray Wyatt's gonna probably go to AEW. At least I hope so. But if not, he's definitely one of my. I hope they at least put him in the Hall of Fame or something like that. He probably doesn't even care about that at that point. But superstars like NXT, Johnny Gargano, Adam Cole, I'm scared for them to come over to the main shows. Karen Cross and all the other good names that they got over there. All that talent coming on over to the main shows only to lose. People like Ricochet, for example. I don't think that. I would rather just stay on NXT. I wouldn't even want to go to the main roster. Have Triple H take control of these companies so he can set them up in the matches and the championships that they deserve. And he's going to be able to give them good writing, good decent matches to put on for these shows, good feuds and rivalries and stuff like that they can put together. But I hope that that's going to be something to come in the near future for those kind of superstars. But it makes you nervous in a way. It's like they're going to come over and graduate and go to the main rosters like SmackDown and Raw, only to lose and not get those championship opportunities and just be shut down and off to the shadows. So it's just really sad to see this happen to superstars like Bray Wyatt. I love the Firefly Funhouse, just like I said. He had a good character already. His entrance music, Broken Out of Love and stuff like that. It was just really cool to really listen to that little remix. But we're not getting that anymore. So that was the last of the Fiend. But maybe he can do something different and have that character come over to AEW for some kind of surprise return at some point in the near future. But I'm sure he probably won't be able to go there right away because he'll probably have to wait a certain amount of time. But it's just so sad. I just wanted to talk about it today. And I really don't know the real reason why this all had to happen, but them not knowing nothing, not knowing what to do with his character, that really shocked me because it just shows the lack of creativity on their part.